We started with the question how. How can we help teachers create learning experiences that make rigorous content attainable to all learners every day? So we blended together a variety of planning and delivery models, along with research and evidence-based data to create the shared space teaching process, an easy way to filter bell-to-bell planning decisions which provide equity and access to content for all learners, encourages student discourse and questioning, attends to college, career, and assessment demands, but most importantly, creates the conditions for students to take ownership over their own learning. We do this through the 5E process, intentional planning and delivery decisions that facilitate students' entry into content conversations which help internalize meaning, exploration of multiple solution or opinion options which develop persistence and deepen understanding, examples for learning and independence, which offer self or peer assessment options against an exemplar, elaboration of new content or understandings for clarity and revision, and finally, the evaluation of learning to provide effective feedback for even more growth. No matter where you find yourself along the teaching continuum, the mission remains the same: creating a student learning experience where teachers model learning with and in front of students. To do that, shared space teachers make intentional choices every day to create learning environments that are engaging, collaborative, and personal. How, you ask? By getting started. The shared space teaching modules and workshop sessions will walk you through all of the domains of highly effective teaching, from how to create student-first learning-rich environments, to modeling and rehearsing college and career readiness skills, to how to provide equity and access to rigorous content for all students, differentiating whole and small group instruction, all built on the foundations for learning through structures, systems, devices, and positive teacher language. We are so excited to be on this journey with you as you develop and refine your teaching and leading skills. But before we dive into that journey, we wanted to start with a question. Analytics are playing an integral role in our lives, aware of it or not. The decisions of multi-billion-dollar industry leaders, professional athletes, coaches, social media feeds, virtually everything in every area of our lives are affected and shaped by data analysis. Where does this data come from? What are they analyzing? Patterns, decisions we make online, video, statistics? Yes, yes, and yes. But we think that the more important question is why? Why are they doing this? The simple answer? It's the best pathway to increased or sustained success. Analyzing data to revise and refine decision-making increases success rates in every arena of life, and teaching and learning is no different. It has been said that if we fail to plan, then we can plan to fail. This cliche is a cliche because it's true, and it's been proven over and over. Like athletes, teachers will never achieve perfection. There are too many variables. But what we can learn from athletics is that the process of creating a good game plan, carrying it out, analyzing its success, and revising as needed is the best way to achieve long-term success. Unlike athletes, though, teachers have students' futures on the line. We owe it to them to give careful consideration to the choices that impact their learning. If you listened carefully, you may have picked up some of the reasons we at Shared Space Teaching believe so strongly in the planning process. And at the end of this chapter, you'll have some time to consider why you lesson plan. But first, let's hear from some of your colleagues in the field.
To engage my students immediately, to have a different set of levels for them to enter into the lesson.
There has to be kind of a structure in order to follow, because otherwise you'll be just going in there not knowing what to do and like being distracted so easily. But if you have like a structured lesson, then, and the kids could also follow along with a structured lesson, then there's actually like, I think if the kids understand that teachers put time into planning a lesson, they'll also put the time in to learn it.
To have fun. I think kids learn best when they're having fun, even if
When I think about lesson planning, I think about that is your navigation tool. So that is the tool that's going to guide you and your students in a direction that's aligned to the actual goal, so which is your standard.
Well, my goal of lesson planning is making sure that I'm able to meet every child's expectations, different ways of learning.
Shared space teaching defines the goal of effective lesson planning to be the scripting of intentional delivery choices that encourage learners to internalize content meaning, persist through struggles using multiple solution pathways, and apply new understanding in a variety of ways, including formal assessment. Our goal is that by completing this course, the intentionality behind your planning and delivery choices will increase. We have a saying here at SSPD, practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. The more we plan, deliver, analyze, and revise, the better we can engage students in rigorous learning experiences, shared learning experiences. It's not about what we are teaching, but how we are delivering that instruction that impacts student learning. This is shared space teaching.